Knit versus crochet. It's the age-old question. What should I start with? What should I do? What's popular now? I think it might be even older than politics. You want to know something? I do both, and I'll tell you why. But first, I'm Liz, and I'm an avid knitter, crocheter, and spinner, and I love fiber. I'm obsessed with it. And my goal is to share my joy of all things fiber with you. So if you like my content, find it entertaining and helpful, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of the entertainment and fun. So knit versus crochet. Which do you do first? Which is better? To be honest, I don't think there's a better one. I like both so much. And I like to switch between the two all the time. As you can see, I'm working on a knit project right here. I've been working on a crochet project in some of my previous videos. All in the span of a few days, I like to hop back and forth. But let's start with crochet. So crochet uses a single hook. And for some, they might feel that it's easier because you're managing that single hook in usually your right hand and managing the working yarn in your left hand. It creates a thicker fabric and lots of bumps. It's not as smooth. Crochet is really great for smaller projects. I like to make it with ornaments. It's great for bigger projects too, like blankets and afghans. So I like to crochet my baby blankets, and I might start an afghan if I really want to. And then, yeah, I use it to make little ornaments, coasters. They work really great for making washcloths, all those kinds of things. Crochet is great, and it's extremely popular right now. If you go shopping, even at Walmart, I think you can find some crocheted things. Knitting, on the other hand, uses needles, and they don't have a hook on them. You see I'm doing knitting right now. Usually 2 needles. Sometimes when you're working on a project in the round, you might use 3 needles or 4 needles, like I'm doing here, but usually 2. And it produces a much thinner fabric, a lot more stretchier fabric. And I think that knitting works really well for things that you wear. So scarves, shawls, especially sweaters, hats, mittens. I think it's a little bit more versatile um, for things that you wear compared to crochet. And I also think that it has a little less wear on your wrists. So I knit in the continental style, so I can actually knit faster than I crochet. And I also kind of have even movement in both my wrists. And so that helps with some of that wear and tear on my joints. And so I find it relaxing at the same time. And just to do that stitch, that was an increase. All right. So I have this little project here, and I'm actually planning to take it to work with me. I'm starting a sock. And so this is another great thing about either project. If you have small projects, they're very mobile with you. Sometimes knitting or crocheting can be a little bit more mobile because all you have is one hook to make sure that you don't lose. And then knitting, where it does take me a while to pick back up what I'm doing. So, and in that sense, I think crochet might be a little bit more mobile. But if you're working on bigger projects, it's a lot of yarn to carry around. So, any small project is easy just to pick up while you're sitting and waiting in a waiting room or wherever you're going to be. Um, so I think that they're even in that sense. They both have their pros and cons, and I really, really enjoy both. And I like to switch back and forth. So, if you're thinking about starting to knit or crochet, I recommend starting with crocheting first, but don't ever say, oh, I can't knit. Because if you understand the concept of loops, which are used in both knitting and crochet to create that fabric, then once you get the hang of crochet, you can jump right into knitting and vice versa. If you understand knitting, you could probably jump right into crochet. Don't just give up on yourself. Please don't give up on yourself. Um, and with that being said, I thought I wasn't going to ever be able to knit because I couldn't figure out how to purl for the life of me. And this is when I was young, so I kind of gave up on knitting for a while and just focused on crochet. But I really, really liked the fabric of crochet and or the fabric of knitting, and I was like, no, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna learn how to purl. And so I sat down one afternoon and probably on a Saturday because I wasn't in school, and I figured it out. And I was so proud of myself. And from then on, I've just done both and enjoyed every aspect of all of it. Thank you for watching.